Good morning. Hi, everyone. Hello. Instagram is telling you guys that I am on. Oh, hey, Lacey. How are you, girl? Morning, guys. Hey, Sarah. Sweet. Oh, serious. Picking it up over here. What's up? What's up? Good morning. Cool. This looks like it might be a good time. I'm glad that a few of you guys are on here. I recognize several of these of these names. Awesome. How's y'all's morning going so far? Mine is great. Jake had speech this morning, so Christopher took him. I went to the gym, and then we made a little switcherooski. He brought them to the gym. I finished up my workout. Hey girl, hey Holly. Finished up my workout and came home, just made a smoothie, and I'm starting my work day. Cool. Hi Mary, how are you? I see a lot of clients on here. If you're a client right now or you have been a client before, put it in the comments here. Let me know so that you can let other people know as well. So put that there if you are having a great morning. Good, Dawn. By the way, Dawn is she's a client, and she sent me, you'll know I was talking about those shots I did last week, which I need to get some more of those. She sent me, Amanda, hi girl. Past client, you sure are. I hope you're doing well, girlfriend. So Dawn sent me a video of her shooting her shot, and she said it was spicy. It was so funny. I couldn't actually reshare that, Dawn, or else I would. Okay, cool. Yep, Jen is a client. Good, Jen, not a client considering, though. Good girl. Come on, you gotta get in here. Let's do it. Blue Hills White House, hoping to be a future client. Cool, awesome. Well, you guys are gonna love this week then. I am excited. So let's dive into it. Today I'm doing great, but I miss all of you. Oh, girl, we miss you too. You don't even know. I'm so glad you're doing well though. You're awesome. Thanks for being on here. So, okay, let's jump into it. I can ramble every once in a while, and I don't mean to today. So I posted on my story earlier today that this week I'm going to do a 3-part series masterclass. So it's kind of like just a mini 3-part series class that we are doing this week. And I'm really going to focus on different things that you guys can do, different steps we need to take to really kind of get our mind right and ready for getting where we want to be in this summer, which is so close. My little boy's Mother's Day out last class is tomorrow. And then Eli, who's in 2nd grade. Hey, Haley. Eli, who's in 2nd grade, he has 2 weeks and 2 days, it is so close. I just can't even believe it. And then in about, I don't even know, 9 weeks, I would say, we're going to be at the beach for a couple of weeks. So our vacations will start. Summer is so close. But if you guys get started now, you can reach your goals by summer. You can feel so much better. You can, we've been talking a lot about inflammation, and what that means is just like whenever you feel like your eyes are super puffy, and you have stomach bloat, and you just feel fluffy. And one thing for me is if I can't move my rings very well on my fingers, and I know that a lot of you guys can relate to that because it's just something that you just sit and you kind of do this as a habit. Us women do that. I know that I'm like puffy and I'm inflamed, right? And so we all have our little gimmicks and our little ways of knowing kind of where we're at with everything, but you can address those things. We've been addressing those things, the inflammation, leaning out and really tightening your core. Hey Emily, tightening your core, cinching your waist with specific workouts and exercise, fluffy and puffy. There you go. That's a good one. That's what I should use. Thank you. feeling fluffy and puffy, we can address those things with your nutrition and the way that you honestly go about working out and putting it all together. And you can be in such a different place 12 weeks from now. I'm saying 12 weeks because 12 weeks is our Summer Slim Down program. It's our reset program that I've been talking about and sharing about last week, this week, and so we're just going to kind of dive into those things. But today I wanted to talk a little bit about, what we think the perfect swimsuit body is. And I want to make sure that I am so clear on you guys knowing and understanding that there is not one type of swimsuit body that is the perfect swimsuit body. It doesn't exist. That's not the way it works. I don't want anyone sending, with a certain body type doing their freaking hardest and trying their very hardest to end up looking like a completely different body type. And if I can show you guys and teach you maybe from the get-go of how to think about this and how to think about weight loss and where you want to get to and your goals, then you're going to feel a lot less pressure to look like someone else and instead say, hey, this is my body and this is my body type. And instead of trying to play the comparison game and never feeling like you're going to reach your goals, let's kind of flip it and say, this is my body type. How can I look best in my body? In my body type. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, will you let me know? And also let me know, playing the comparison game. Have you guys played the comparison game before? I know you have. I have. I still have to watch that because I think as women, we just kind of tend to do that. Oh, well, she's like this. Maybe I need to do this. Well, and your mind just gets super easily bombarded and overwhelmed. That overwhelm leads us to feeling like we don't even know where the heck to start. And then you fall off and it's just round and round and round and it doesn't help you at all. Yes, constant struggle for sure. Someone else says yes. Yeah, but if you can learn to say, hey, her body, she looks great for her body. She looks great for her body. I look great for my body. I know what I need to be going for. It's going to change the game for you, and then you won't feel like you're in that comparison trap. So when I am saying that we want to create a feminine figure and create, do exercises that are going to slim us, that are not going to make us feel, what did you say, fluffy and puffy and fluffy? That's different for everybody. There's no right or wrong. What's right is that you feel healthy, that you look great to you and the people that matter, but that you are also healthy on the inside. You are healthy. You can run with your kids. You can play with your kids. You can fit into clothes that you want to fit into. Things like that really need to go through your head. And it's not a matter of comparing yourself to the next girl on the treadmill. It's not anything like that. It's just learning to identify and think about it in a different way. I'm going to read these comments for just a second. Sorry, you get a close-up of my face. Okay. I try not to compare to other bodies, but I'm bad about comparing post-baby to pre-baby. Do you mean for yourself, your body, post-baby, pre-baby? Is that what you mean, Danny? Yes, even different heights and weights have a different look. Oh yeah, Emily, absolutely. You hit the nail on the head. I don't have any business comparing myself to someone that's 5'9". All that doesn't do me any good. It's just going to send me, just like Holly says, in a downward spiral. It does. It doesn't help me at all because I don't have long legs. I can work on my body and I can work out in a way that is going to make my legs look longer and leaner for my body, but I have shorter legs and a long torso. So you know what? That's what I've got. Let's stop comparing those things. Let's actually just work with what we've got and understand, hey, I can do certain exercises that make my body look best. I can eat in a way that is going to make my body look best. You don't need the same thing that another girl needs. You may not need to be doing the same exact workouts as another girl is doing that is a completely different body type from you. Does that stuff make sense? Oh, okay. So Danny says, yes, my body, my pictures throughout the years. I'm with Danny, my pre-baby body with current post-baby body. Yeah. And you know what? That's something that I have struggled with also. Because there was a time in between, it was in between Eli and Noah, so my first and my second, that I would say I was probably my leanest. That's when I was training and doing CrossFit 7 times a week, competition, just different things like that. And that was when I was my leanest, and I caught myself, after trying to say, I've got to get back to that. I'm not there yet. But then, one day it kind of hit me. It's like, yeah, but I am in a different stage of my life now. I personally now in my life, I have different goals. I don't want or need to go back to looking that way. That I looked at that point in time. It served me well for when I was in that season of my life. But so much has changed. My life has changed. I have 2 more kids now. I have a completely different business. I'm sitting at a desk now versus being up and moving all day, every day. I'm not doing CrossFit. I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's. I have MTHFR. Like things like that come into play. I'm 32, 33. Oh my gosh. I don't know how old I am. Whatever. I'm 32, 33, one of the two. But it's not doing me any favors to compare my life now to how it was then, or my body now to how it was then. Katie says 33. Okay. I'll be 34 this year. I will be 34 in November. Anyways, so it doesn't do me any good to do that. What does me good is to say, hey, look at my life now. Look at the amount of time I have now. Look at the way things are at now. What do I want to craft for myself to feel my best, to show up in my life now the way that I want to show up? And to feel happy at the end of the day. Things that were important back then, they're not important to me now. Things that were important are important to me now. They weren't even on the radar back then. And you know what? I'm thankful for that because that shows growth in my life and in other areas of your life. So girls that are comparing themselves to pre-baby body, you need to look and say, yeah, but you know what? I'm not willing to give that up for this. That trade-off there. And so I wish I was 34. Oh my gosh, that's funny. So you have to kind of put that in perspective and you have to say, but I can create my best version of me at every stage in my life. I can create my best version of me at every season in my life. Seasons come and go. This season of my life, I was not in 3 years ago, and who knows how long I'll be in this season of my life. My kids are getting older and things will change, and you are the same way. So don't beat yourself up over your life moving and grooving. As long as you are doing what you need to do at this phase of your life to take care of yourself, to feel good, to have the confidence that you want to have, and you're doing the work you need to do, and you're not letting yourself and your health and your life pass you by without showing up, you are good. Don't compare yourself to that. That's my struggle. The time I have now is different with a shift work husband and multiple kids than when I was 25. I need to find the time and balance and let go of all the excuses, honestly. Yeah, and so it's a game of really understanding, is this, looking at it and being able to say, what's the excuse, what's the reality? I know everybody always says no excuses and get your workout in, no excuses, nothing should come up in front of that, and this and that and this and that. And yes, I understand that, but it's also yes, I do have kids, and yes, they can show up sick, and yes, we can have crappy sleep that night, and different things like that. And so to be able to understand and take a look at that balance of, yes, I want this, but yes, I'm a mom. Yes, I want this, but yes, I love these other areas of my life, and I need to be okay with that. I have learned that I have to be okay with that. Used to, if I missed a workout or anything like that, my husband, he would be like, oh God, don't make her miss a workout. She's going to be crappy all day and her mood is going to be crappy. I'm not like that anymore because working out and being healthy is a huge portion of my life. It is not my entire life though. And that's okay. I've had to learn that and I've had to grow into that, but that's okay. That's a sign of maturity and understanding, hey, I have other things that I want to do to fulfill my life. And our program has been truly adapted and recreated so that this can help you see how other areas of your life need to be important to you and they need to take priority, but this does need to be important also and take priority as well. Does that make sense? There is room for everything. Some things in certain seasons need to take bigger priority than others. And so what we've done is we've really crafted a program that is going to make it as simple as we can make it for you to come in, lower your inflammation, work out for your body type, lose weight, build muscle that is long and lean, and work on your core so that we're not building your core out and creating blocky abs, but we're actually coming in and we are cinching your core. I just did our summer abs program this morning at the gym, and if I have time today, I'm going to film a few of those workouts, a few of the exercises that we did for you guys a little bit later today, because they're truly coming in and working on cinching your core. And so you can come in and do those things and they will work with your body, and we will show you and teach you how to make this work with you instead of against you. And instead of this having to take up every area of your life, we can work it in with your life. Okay. So does that make sense? Is this helpful so far to anyone? Let me know. Let me know if you're here watching. And did that help you girls with that comparison? Like, does that make sense what I'm saying? That's just me. That's like how I have dealt with it and really just what has worked for me. Danny, I have to go pick my students back up from lunch. Super glad I picked Oh, good. Absolutely, Danny. Great. I guess you're a teacher. Well, have a great rest of your day. You'll be able to come watch the rest of this if you'd like to. Okay? Cool. Okay. Awesome. Mary, Christy. Okay, cool. So let's talk for a minute about the way, remember I've been mentioning body types, different body types. There are really generally about 3 different body types. Now, does it mean that you're going to be solidly, completely one body type? You could be a different mixture of body types, but we're just going to kind of go over today those 3 different body types. And this is what we really look at within our program to kind of put you on the path that we want you to be on, and eating for your body type. That's also going to help you see, okay, so if I am a mesomorph, what does a fit mesomorph look like? What should I be looking for? What are my realistic goals for me? If I'm an ectomorph, which means that I am like this, and like it's hard for me to gain weight, it's hard for me to gain muscle, I'm naturally that skinny fat girl, which is what I was growing up. What is something that is realistic for me to go for? What do I need to do? How do I need to eat for my body? Because if I am this way, my body can handle different foods differently than someone that is an endomorph, which was someone that is a shorter build, that has thicker arms, thicker legs. They generally gain a lot more fat, much easier, much quicker than someone else. And they can gain that fat differently than they can gain muscle. And so that person, that endomorph, needs to eat differently for them. They need to work out differently for them. Okay, so really need to focus on my present body. Yeah, Kelly, absolutely. The past is the past. We got to focus on the present and do what we can with what we've got. Okay, so I'm going to be looking here over at my computer because I have some notes. Like I said, this will be up, so you guys can come back and take a look at this and listen. But I'm just going to very, very quickly go over different body types for you. Hard to gain weight, that's definitely not my problem. Well, Mary, there we go. Okay. And we're addressing that. Okay, so we have one body type that is called the ectomorph. And like I mentioned, this is someone that has a typical smaller frame, smaller joints. They're more of those like petite people. And they generally kind of have more of that straight figure. Most of the time, they have like a flat chest, small shoulders, and they really find it hard to gain any sort of muscle or any sort of shape. And feel a lot like they are that skinny fat version of themselves, and they just don't have much muscle definition and things like that. And it just can be a little bit tough to get to the place they want to get to. They don't know what to do, okay? So they generally have a fast metabolism. And so that person is going to need to do something different. They're going to need to train different. They're going to need to eat different. They're going to need to make sure that different things within their program and their nutrition and their workouts are a priority than someone that has a different body type, okay? If you hear me say some things that make you sound like and you feel like you're identifying your body type, leave it here in the comments for sure. Okay, so that is, oh goodness, let me see. Let me go back up. So that's our ectomorph. Okay, so like I mentioned, I feel like that was me as I was growing up. I was always like that. I was self-conscious about that. And you know, everyone has their own hard. That's another thing, is we don't need to be comparing our body with someone else. I have no business comparing my body and beating myself up about the fact that I don't have super long, slender legs and I can walk the runway, when that's just, I'm never going to have that. That's not me. I have no business comparing myself to that. I also need to make sure that we're understanding everyone within these different categories has their own hard. It might be a little bit different than yours, and it might look a little bit different than yours, but we're all in this together and we're all working for a specific goal. If you're not eating for your goals and you're not working out and doing things that are going to actually help accentuate and make your body frame look its best, then you're missing the mark by a long shot. Okay, so next body type that we want to talk about is, let me skip down. I want to do the mesomorph. So the mesomorph is someone that, so we just went from a petite bone structure to someone that has a larger bone structure. This is someone that is kind of just a natural athlete. They have a natural athletic physique, and so they can really kind of gain muscle easily. They can lose weight easily. They're naturally strong. Those things come a little bit easier for them for their body type and their body build. So like I said, they're athletic. Like, they just look athletic. They look like an athlete. They generally have more defined muscles. Have you ever seen someone that you're like, and I have seen this a bit more with men and guys, is like, he eats like crap. He doesn't even really work out. Health isn't even the biggest priority to him. And he looks like that. Like, but then you have someone over here and they're a different body type and they do all of these things, and you can tell, like, there's just a difference, right? Okay, so that's kind of the thing that we're talking about here with mesomorph. It's like that girl that just never really, like, that's just her body type. She's just naturally athletic. But here's the thing, the hard for this girl, she might not want to look super athletic. It's very easy for her to come in and look bulky. It's very easy for her to gain a lot of muscle in different ways. That would be my husband. Haley, I literally was just thinking about Rick when I was saying that. Yes, absolutely. That's exactly it. Anyways, so the hard for this mesomorph person, for a female, is going to be, you know what, maybe she doesn't always want to look that way. Maybe she feels like her body is too blocky. Maybe she wants to come in and cinch her waist and create more of a feminine figure. She doesn't really know what to do because it's a very fine line of looking athletic and looking feminine, and she doesn't love the way she feels in her jeans and clothes and different things like that because she can just look so muscular and defined that might not be what she wants. Is this making sense? Like, does that make sense to where that's her hard? Let me know. This person also gains fat much easier than an ectomorph does. Than the person that I first just described a minute ago. This person gains fat much easier. Okay, so ectomorph, they have that fast metabolism. It's hard for them to put on weight. It's hard for them to create a shape in their body. They really, really struggle with that. Mesomorph, we're naturally athletic. It's very, very easy to put on the muscle, but it's very easy to put on fat as well. You need to do it strategically. If you're not careful, you can look really, really bulky, too bulky for your liking. And you naturally have a rectangular shaped body. Okay. Good. Last one is going to be our endomorph. So the endomorph body type is really solid and generally pretty soft. Okay. So these people are the ones that gain fat the easiest and gain weight the easiest. Okay. Usually they're shorter. I mentioned this earlier. They usually have thicker extremities, arms and legs, and that's just natural for them. Okay. Excuse me. And so they're muscle, but they're so strong. All right. So these endomorphs are incredibly strong. They can squat like nobody's business. They can come in and leg press 300 pounds on purpose, Katie. On purpose. And they're just naturally strong like that, but they generally just look softer. They don't really look like they are like that puffy and fluffy that I was just talking about. They're not looking hard and like firm. So does that make sense? They're usually more of a soft, rounder body. They can gain muscle and fat very easily, but it's just hard to understand and get that lean look for this person. They have more of a stocky build. They're generally short. Their muscles are not as well defined, and they just naturally have y'all's comments are making me laugh. They just naturally have a slower metabolism and kind of just that rounder feature. Okay. The hard for this person is they're so strong. They can come in and they can get stuff done. The hard for this person is understanding and learning how to come in and build the right amount of muscle and lose the right amount of fat and work out correctly for their body. Okay, they have no business comparing. They do not need to compare themselves to an ectomorph, someone that has trouble gaining anything. Okay, all three of these have their own hard. I want you to really hear me say that. There is not one that is over the other, but if we can understand where we're at and we can also understand what to look for, how to create a better body. Nothing is related more. I'm still hooked on puffy and fluffy. Short, fatty arms, no metabolism, more strength in my legs. Okay, Emily, there we go. Cool. All right, endomorph described as soft and round. I've never related to something more. Y'all are awful. Y'all are killing me. You had me at soft. I'm an endomorph. Okay, not completely necessarily. All right, you could have some traits just because we need to get 10 pounds off, we need to get 15 pounds off, whatever it is. But then underneath that, you're naturally more of an ectomorph, you're more of a mesomorph, something like that. Okay, in our program, we'll help you figure out really where you're at, where you need to eat to, how you need to work out to really come in and accentuate and make your figure look the best that it can look. Okay, so you, like I mentioned earlier, you can be a cross between a few different, usually two different body types. And like I said, in our program, we're going to help you figure that out and identify that and be able to learn what standard you need to kind of hold yourself to be able to do that. But kind of try to think just right now, like where do you feel like you identify most within that category? Some of you, it seems like you've already figured that out. If you haven't posted it yet, you can totally post it here or send me a DM and let me know for sure. And there's no judgment. There's no right or wrong answer. We are all made different, and that's just the way it is. And so the quicker that we can cut the comparison, we can get that shit out of here, and we can just say, hey, like, I'm just here to be the best version that I can be of myself, then then you're gonna be so much happier in your life, and you're going to feel so much more freedom. And you just want to learn to eat for you and your body, and work out for you and your body, and do the correct movements, because you can sculpt a different body. You truly can, within your scope of what you have. I cannot sculpt longer legs. I cannot make myself have longer legs, but guess what I can do? I can do workouts that are going to make my legs appear and look and be slimmer. And then I can do workouts that are going to accentuate my booty a little bit more. And I can also make sure that I'm doing abdominal workouts that are going to cinch my waist. And that's going to create much more of a feminine figure versus a naturally blocky figure that I can also really get. I'm a mix between an ectomorph and a mesomorph. Okay, I'm a mix between those two. It's very easy for me. You guys know that I talk about this all the time. When I was doing CrossFit so much, I just naturally gained muscle a little bit more than I wanted to. And so I understand, and not everybody might think that, but you know what? For me, that's where I'm at. My goals might change one day, and that's totally fine. And your goals might be different now than they were when you were 20 or 30. And they may change in the future. But if you can understand the ways that where you fall within your body and the different versions of that body that you can create, the better you will feel about yourself. So there's no comparison games here. These are just different categories. There's no right or wrong answer, but knowing your body is really the first step to eating for your body and feeling your best and creating the best version of yourself, okay? And I want you guys to understand that knowing your body type should not make you feel limited, and it shouldn't make you feel any less than someone else. It shouldn't make you feel upset or sad or anything like that, because we are all created so differently. There are so many different celebrities, and I think I'm actually going to do this with some content here pretty soon, is share different celebrities with different body types so that we can see, and different people with different body types, so that you can see, hey, we don't have, just because I'm this doesn't mean that I'm stuck like this. I can be the fittest ectomorph that ever existed. I can be the fittest and most feminine looking mesomorph that I have ever seen. And the same with endomorph. Does that make sense? So I want you guys to make sure that you're understanding that I don't want this to make you feel unmotivated or limited in any way. Instead, it should give you insight on how to approach your health and your fitness and your body and the way that you want to look. And you can achieve those results in half the time with our program. We will get you in, and we are giving you a simple system that is going to come in and not make you count calories, and it's not going to take up time and make you weigh your food and different things like that. And you're going to come in and do the exact workouts for your body that you need, and the exact meal plan and workout and what am I trying to say? And you'll be on the correct nutrition program that you need to be for your body to create the look that you're wanting to look. We're going to combine that with our nutrition, and tomorrow's live and masterclass is really going to dive into nutrition quite a bit more, and those anti-inflammatory foods, and in all gut health and addressing those things. Because if we can combine all of that together and really get all of those things in at the same time, you will be amazed at the amount of progress you can make and the shape that you can change of your body. And it would just be you'll be amazed when you can learn to work with your body instead of working against it. Because I think so often as women, we work against ourselves and our body, and we beat ourselves up so bad because we're comparing ourselves to the girl over here that is a natural a natural ectomorph, that just, she's comparing herself to someone else, and she feels so self-conscious because she feels like a stick and she doesn't like it. Does that make sense? We're all here together, and we're all gunning for the same thing, which is just to feel great and feel happy in your body, and to leave that comparison trap. Nobody needs that. Nobody wants that. So it really kind of changes everything. It really does. Later this week, Like I said, I've been really talking all about our summer reset that we're doing, and I have a really fun surprise for all of you guys that's going to come later this week. I will share more as the week goes on, but if you guys have wanted to join our program and you're really loving what we're talking about here within this masterclass, this would be the perfect opportunity for you. If there was ever a time to join our program, it's going to be now, because we're going to come in and I've got so many different incredible things for you guys that it is a no-brainer, which was what our goal was in really creating everything that we're doing here over the next few days. And we've totally hit the nail on the head. So I'm super excited. I'll share more about that later with you guys. But if you've been on the fence, if finances have been an issue, different things like that for you, then this is going to be your chance to get going. And it is not too late for summer. It's actually the perfect time for summer, because whenever you're up against the clock and you know that you have vacation, in my instance, in 9 weeks, then you're going to take the 12 weeks of this program and you're going to come in and you're going to freaking do it. Okay. And you're going to make it work in your life. And we've created a system that works with your life. It doesn't work against your life, and you don't have to put everything else on hold in order to do it, which is everything we want. What more do you want as a fit mom, but to be able to feel like you are present with your family, you have time, you can sleep, you can rest, you're not running on empty, and you can go out to eat with your girls, you can have wine, like all of those things. What more do you want but to feel your best in your body and to avoid comparisons and to know exactly what to do in your life? Okay, so you have the body you've been blessed with. You need to make sure that you're treating it well, that you are handling it well, and that you're not beating yourself up for no reason. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do it. There is no reason for it. There is no perfect swimsuit body. The perfect swimsuit body is your body looking its very best that it can, and you knowing internally that you are feeding your body well, you are giving your body so many good nutrients, you have great gut health, you're not worried about your mommy pooch in a swimsuit or feeling like you're bloated. You know how to handle those things, and you are feeding your family well also. This is something that can and will work for your entire family. So anyways, that's all. I'm going to take a few minutes and go back and read these comments. If you guys wanted to say anything else before I run, let me know. Needed to hear this today. I'm so glad, Christina. Good. I'm so glad. Lacey, Stephanie, working out for your body type makes total sense. Much more successful. Absolutely. Thank you for choosing me for the partial scholarship. Elsa, you're welcome. Make sure you have that call booked. I'm 5'8", gain weight first and heavier in my hips, butt, and legs. Okay. Gain weight first in hips, butt, and legs. SS Roper, it is possible. Honestly, we'd want to see some pictures of your body before I could really feel comfortable assessing that. Mary, was that because you were lifting heavy? For the reason yeah, it was my workout style. Absolutely. It was my workout style. It was also several other things, honestly, though. I think I had inflammation. I didn't even realize it. But majority of it was the way that I was training and working out and eating, honestly. Once I changed those things, I've been able to change my body. It's a long haul, though. It's not something that is, I decided, and so then 4 weeks later, my body looks different. It's not the way it works, unfortunately. But it's something that had... It really has changed and morphed over time, and yours can do the same thing, 100%. Okay. Let's see. Thanks for taking the time to educate and help us. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. Okay, guys. So like I said, I'll put this up. This will stay here on my feed. Come back and watch it. If you have someone that you feel like needs to see this, do me a favor and tag them. The best type of referral, the best type of growth for me, for my business is... you guys, our current clients, people that are on here. Guys, I think of you all as clients, not exactly just followers. So I want to be able to give you guys relevant content that will help you whether you are a client or not. And so the best way to help me is to share our page, share our stories, tag your friends, and all of those things. That would be phenomenal. If you can think of anybody, your mom, your sister, your friend, whatever, go ahead and share this and send this to them and tag them and have us follow me. All right, girls. Love you all. I hope this helped you today. Come back tomorrow. I believe I'm going to do it at the same time. I'll make sure. I just need to check my schedule, my ever-changing schedule, right? But I'll let you know. But tomorrow we're going to talk more about the nutrition aspect of it and eating for your body type and different things like that. And so I'm going to dive in a little bit more there. I'll give you a little bit more insight on what we've got going on a little bit later this week. If you wanted to ask any questions about that, just send me a DM. We can do that. We have a few spots that are kind of just a very short handful that get an extra special deal. So if you want to be one of those, let me know. All right, I'm going to sign off. Go have a great rest of your day. I will talk to you soon. Bye, Mary. Thank you. Snug Bunny 75. Thank you. See y'all later.